because we have some cool pieces. The first piece that I have, we're focusing on the Anime District tonight, so we've got some cool things from there. The Anime District is a new addition to the art show itself. It's in the Hyatt Grand Hall. From gorgeous depictions of sakura blossoms and onsens to quirks and Slayer core on the ready, we promise this has something for everyone. So the Anime District is really cool. Right as you go into the art show, it's all the way on the right, and you've got a lot of great things happening there. This particular piece here is from Haru Studios, and it depicts Nezuko Kamado from Demon Slayer, and it's available in the Anime District, and it's just gorgeous. The color work on it, from the different tones of pink, and it's an exceptional piece. I hope you get to check out all the other art that's there. I have a nice piece here as well. This is called Set Your Heart Ablaze, and it's by Omar Lopez, also available in the Heart District, the Anime District. And of course, you can visit his booth there, and it features Kyojuro Rengoku, and if I pronounce that wrong, my apologies, but that is from Demon Slayer, and I really love this board. You can probably see on the screen how vibrant it is. It's got a great gloss in person. Go check it out. And check out all the other artists we have in the art show. The art show is still happening, and tomorrow, of course, is going to be the charity auction. We'll be talking about that a little bit more. You know, these pieces are original, and they help make the art show such a great success. So this particular board that I had up for you there by Omar Lopez is actually part of the charity auction, and you know, you can bid on these pieces starting tomorrow, and I hope you get a chance to go check it out. There's stuff there that you're not going to find anywhere else. I mean, it just, you know, there's even a 4-part canvas piece that the artists have been adding to all weekend long, so you can go check that out. The art show tomorrow, the auction is at 11 a.m. in the Hyatt Grand Hall C. Grand Hall C, 11 a.m. tomorrow. And of course, we've been highlighting all week our charity. DragonCon's charity partner this year is Open Hand Atlanta, and they help underserved individuals throughout the Atlanta area and Georgia to prevent and better manage chronic diseases through tailored nutrition interventions. They provide over 5,000 meals a day, and it is a wonderful organization. DragonCon is going to match the first $100,000 given to the charity, and you can help by, you know, going to that QR code you saw on the screen and checking it out. You know, that helps your donation go further. So up to $100,000, DragonCon is going to match. Another way you can help, though, there's some other charity events. Tonight, the folks at American Sci-Fi Classics have 2 movie lock-ins for charity, and it's at 7 p.m., which is right after this show. So at 7 p.m., they are showing Legends of the Superheroes. These are DC superheroes, live action, of course, television specials from 1979. That's kind of cool. It features Adam West, Burt Ward, probably every comedian from the 1970s. That's tonight, 7 p.m., Marriott M103 to M105. You can go check that out. Of course, at 10 p.m., if you look at the schedule, you can see that they've got G.I. Joe the movie. This movie is from 1987, and it's fondly remembered by both the director and producer of this show. Like how something is bad in the moment, but then you can go back and laugh at it. That's kind of how this particular show is. Is it bad? I mean, go find out for yourself, all right? And of course, Go Joe. That's tonight. That is at 10 p.m., M103, M105. And, you know, we talked a little bit about the movie lock-ins earlier this weekend, but I want to highlight them again. The movie lock-ins work. They work in the way that it's a short 15 minutes or less panel. Then when the movie starts, the countdown's going to begin. You don't have to donate to DragonCon charity if you don't want to, but they're not going to kidnap you. They're not locking you in the room. They're not holding you hostage. But the idea is it's just for fun. If you want to play, if you want to leave in the first 5 minutes, you have to pay $20. If you want to leave in the first 20 minutes, then you only have to pay $10. If you last between 20 to 30 minutes, then it's only $5 to would be set free, and then after that, of course, you've already experienced that much of the movie. You know, is it really that bad to sit and watch the rest? I mean, I'm just saying, you can say you survived the experience. Another way to help the community, of course, is by donating blood. The DragonCon blood drive is one of the largest drives here in this region. People don't choose to go on vacation and give blood everywhere, and we should be proud of that, right? I'm told there's over 1,900 donors who have registered Thursday through Saturday alone. The blood drive is going very well. If you can give blood and have not done so, you can still do so tomorrow. They are open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow, which is Monday, and you know, please help potentially save a life. I actually have a t-shirt here specifically that you would get. This is a really cool shirt. For being a blood donor, you will get this t-shirt. And this t-shirt is awesome, everyone. I mean, Life South is really trying to help save lives, and you can help do so by donating blood. I want to talk about our first segment tonight. It's a ton of fun. It's the K-Pop Dance Party. We have this every year. They're always looking for people who want to experience beginner and intermediate K-pop dance lessons beforehand. So let's take a look at how this year's dance lesson went.
Hi, this is Mario with DCTV News. I am at the Hilton right now getting ready for the K-Pop Dance, and we are going to attend the K-Pop Dance Intermediate Combinations ran by the Silk Road right now. So let's head on over there and see what moves we can learn. I'm here with Isla, who has just led the K-Pop Dance. Isla, can you tell us a little bit about K-pop? What is K-pop?
It's a fusion of different dance styles coming from South Korea, and it's a lot of different things with fusion with hip hop and R&B, pop, rock. It's sort of like a conglomeration, and it's just a lot of fun with flashy costumes.
Awesome. I definitely noticed a lot of dancing, but also a lot of hip moving. So there's definitely hip hop, definitely dance, a lot of stuff in there. How difficult do you think, like when you teach a regular class, is it for some of your students to pick up the dance moves?
Well, I always start with the basics. So when I did the 101 class, I did some songs that were a little bit easier, like Gangnam Style. And it's one of the most popular ones. I really get people into the music so they can sort of hear and clap along. And usually everybody, even if you are not able to move your feet or move your arms, they're able to do some of the movement. It's really welcoming to all different styles of dance. There are different levels, of course, with all dance that gets more and more difficult, but all the beginning basic moves, anybody can do it at any age. It's pretty awesome.
Perfect. So we just did your intermediate course. It was great. I'm sweating a little bit, so it was amazing. Anyways, thank you, Isla, so much for interviewing with us. This has been Mario at the K-Pop Dance Intermediate Combination, signing off with DCTV News.
We hope you enjoyed that K-pop segment. It looked really cool. I hope that you get to check it out next year in person. We want to transition real quick, though, because we have Kenneth Mead, who is an author, and he's been going to DragonCon for many years, I believe, and just wrote a book set at DragonCon, and it's called Something Wicked. So let's talk about your book. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. You know, how long have you been coming to DragonCon?
Since 2008. That was my first trip. I came just on the Friday and was hooked right away, and I've come every year since, even when they didn't have it.
So yeah, in 2020 we were all virtual, right?
Sure.
And it was still a ton of fun.
Exactly.
What are your fandoms? What do you like to do?
Too many to list. I don't know how much time we have. I'm a big fan of Stranger Things. We're seeing a lot of stuff about that at DragonCon. Yeah. That's great.
And season 4 just had a big season with that. Yeah.
Great season. I really enjoyed that. Big Rick and Morty fan. You see a lot of that here at DragonCon. Firefly, Star Wars.
Yes.
Let's just go on and on. We just look around here and we see more and more to talk about. But
well, you got your book, right? And your book is, set here at DragonCon. And, I think that this is this is really cool. How did this come about? Did you want to write the book set at DragonCon, or how did the idea for the book come around?
So oddly, it actually came around about 4 or 5 years ago at a DragonCon. I was sitting on a Thursday and seeing all the people come into town ready for the convention, all the fans and
Got that
congoers.
people watching going,
The
right?
people watcher,
Yes.
yeah, people watcher. And it reminded me of the another inspiration for the book. Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury.
Yes.
There's a scene where the train comes into the small town and they set up the carnival and these kids sneak out at night to watch it. So all at once those ideas just started, rolling around together.
That is so cool.
The idea was born. So.
Wow. And I see even I see it hiding behind the book here.
Yeah.
You have a ribbon for your book there, and it actually says Something Wicked. I don't know if we can see this on the camera there. Yeah, there we go. It's Something Wicked. You clearly know, I would guess, after being here for so long, DragonCon pretty well, all that people watching. Can you tell me what this book is about? I mean, so at first, how much is DragonConTV featured in your book? Because I would figure we have you here. You featured us pretty heavily, right?
Yeah, it's the majority of the book. Actually.
Of course.
You're the star. No.
Thank you. Finally, someone has listened. Yes.
Maybe in the sequel, actually.
In the sequel. All right. Something Wicked, live.
Right.
Live.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, that sounds great.
So what's your book about?
So the book is about, really that experience of being at a DragonCon. It comes from that energy mixed with, a suspense thriller story. So.
Oh, cool.
The idea is a science fiction author is drawn to a DragonCon, taken out of his normal everyday life, and he right away sees some very extraordinary things, even by DragonCon standards. And he ends up choosing or having to choose between helping people being manipulated by a con artist and maybe not getting too involved in himself so he doesn't get too entangled in it.
Interesting. Yeah. I saw, another version of the sequel, Something Wicked, could just be waiting in the lines for the vendors. Right? I mean, Something Wicked, you could have a whole series. You could have, I see, so much going on. This sounds really interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm really excited. I'm actually going to reach on over here and grab my badge. I'm stealing this.
Yeah, go for it.
This is going to be my new little badge art here, because this is a really cool book, and I'm
Thank you so much.
I didn't really ask you if I could, but I'm just
yours.
stealing that for me. Yeah. So what influenced you to write this book? I know you talked a little bit about Ray Bradbury, and it has a similar title. Is this your first book?
It is not. This I have one other novel out and 2 other collections of short stories also published.
Okay. So what are those called?
The novel is called Dr. Wallow, Designation 8.
Okay.
And the 2 short story collections, one is The Whole of Bristol, Volume 1, and the other is Yellow 5 and Other Stories.
Okay.
All of them, including this book. The easy way to find them is my website.
Okay.
Yep. KennethMeade.com, also pretty easy to remember. I think
so KENNETHMEADE.com.
Correct.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Excellent. And I want to say thank you. This is great to have you here.
Thank you.
What are you doing next? Obviously, you said we've already established at least 2 sequels.
Right.
What are you doing next?
I'm right in the throes of finishing another story.
Okay.
Hopefully, I can in a year have another one out, and then another one the next year, and the next year, and the next year.
That is great. Thank you so much for coming out. I hope the sales for the book are amazing. I hope people love it, and I'm going to have to check it out and read it myself.
Thank you so much.
I really look forward to it. Have a great con.
Will do.
And we'll see you next year promoting your next book.
Exactly.
About DragonConTV. We're going to actually go ahead and transition here. Thank you for joining us. We've got a great feature on the night fight, specifically talking about fight theory, nightly combat. I got a chance to go and check out a little of what was happening here at the Hyatt International Ballroom South. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Wayne Campbell, also known as Ryzak. We're here at the Hyatt International Ballroom South to watch the Fight Theory, Nightly Combat, brought to you by Palmetto Knights. Let's go see people beat each other up with swords. I'm here with Sim Holloway, also known as the Witch Doctor, and he's with the Palmetto Knights. So, what is Fight Theory, actually?
So Fight Theory today is going to be some examples of historical martial arts that we're going to show you out here with some real swords, and then we're going to have some safety weapons that we can do some things that are outside of our normal combat rule set so that you can see a little bit of what night fighting would look like in a real context.
Very cool. So, is this your weapon of choice?
So my primary weapon of choice is a longsword, sometimes called a hand-and-a-half sword. We're going to be using a variety of different things today, but this is my favorite weapon of carnage.
And I must say, you're wearing a lot of armor. How much would you say that weighs right now?
Between weapon, armor, and my helmet, altogether it weighs about 55 pounds for my choices. For the melees, the 5-on-5 fights we're going to be doing, some of those guys, they weigh in their armor at over 100 pounds.
And how long can these fights go for?
So the one-on-one fights are timed. They can be 60 seconds or 90 seconds. The group fights can extend much longer than that because you've got multiple combatants. And then we have a group called pro fights. That's basically MMA and armor. That's also timed. It's usually 2 or 3 60 or 90-second rounds.
I'm here with Elise, the spine breaker. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great.
So where are you based out of?
I fight out of Dallas. I fight with the Dallas women's team, the Dallas Mythics.
That armor looks pretty heavy. How much do you say that weighs?
My armor is 49 pounds.
And do you do any kind of training outside of your regular training?
Oh yeah, we got to hit the gym. We do fighting training and weightlifting.
Want to give us any weightlifting stats?
I hit 120 on the bench. I was feeling pretty good about myself.
So what's your weapon of choice?
I prefer the short axe in the melees. It really helps you drive your point home.
Excellent. Do you have a favorite movie, fantasy TV show that realistically portrays medieval combat that you wish everyone could see? It's their recommended viewing order.
So the problem with fighting in armor is that as soon as you see a movie or a show with medieval combat, it's all wrong. You just have to watch what you want and enjoy it, and then come out and find your own armored combat team and practice.
Thank you so much for interviewing with us, Spinebreaker. Wow, what a totally amazing, excellent discovery. So what did we learn here today? Don't fight unless you're fully armored, kids, and always choose the axe. I've been Ryzak with DCTV.
So yesterday Wayne was swinging, and today we've got him in a totally excellent and amazing experience. I was actually doing camera work on that, and it was so much fun to watch. I hope you get a chance to check out Night Fights. They're here every year, and there's some really great content that we also play on DCTV throughout the con. So I want to go to my next guest though, because he's a beloved member of the DragonCon community. Eric Huffman is here to join us. He's also known as Garrick Ollivander Jr., or just simply as the Wand Maker. Welcome. It's good to have you here. Is this your first time on the show?
Yes, sir, it is.
We are so happy to have you. You know, I know that you spend a lot of the year, all off season long, making wands and creating wands, and you've matched hundreds of folks here at DragonCon with the wands that have chosen them specifically. And I think this has been 10 years for you, is that right?
Yep, started in 2013.
Oh my gosh, 10 years. You know, how did you come up with this concept to become Ollivander Jr.?
Two stories, kind of concurrent. I grew up working at Media Play back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, old thing. I actually did not like Harry Potter because of the midnight releases of the books.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, I remember many a night, many a midnight trying to get to various books at Books A Million or Barnes & Noble, of course.
Midnight releases at Media Play was not fun with Harry Potter.
I bet,
so
I bet.
Later. But then, I finally, got first job and decided, you know what? Read it. I liked it, enjoyed it. Friend got a good few friends, and we wound up go to Orlando to get the whole, got to go through the garb.
Sure, of course.
And we go through the wand selection ceremony. And
tell me about that. How do you match people with their wands?
For me, it's just kind of how they react to what I give them for the most part.
Okay.
Because I can give them a certain wand and like, it doesn't work, or it feels better, or whatnot. And usually it's the hesitation. One of the funny things that usually happens is when somebody hesitates, I'm already snatching it out of their hands. And people are getting
as Ollivander Jr. should, right?
Right. If it's
of
not
course,
perfect, it's not going to work.
Absolutely, I love that. I love that. Can you tell me a little bit about your cart and your crew?
Yeah, my cart and crew. The current cart is Mark II. Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah. We can see you on the screen here. Yeah.
That is. We built that a few years ago because the first cart decided it wasn't doing what I needed to, because I was diving. I used to have plastic bins of the wands, and I was diving in underneath.
Yes.
Diving in to get the wands. But the current cart
gives you some more accessibility, I imagine.
More accessibility. I have trays now. I can do it. But it's my helpers that help me, because I will, if they don't force feed me and force give me water, I will stand there until I collapse or all the wands are gone.
Yeah.
In between.
That's great. I heard that you did a panel this year, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about your panel? Being a wand maker, it's really just kind of cool to see what you do and what you talk about. What was this panel about?
Basically, kind of what we're talking today. How I started, the process of like how a wand gets made, like what are my thoughts process, why I'm doing it, the philosophy of what I do, making wands.
Wow.
And then just telling some stories, because there's been some good stories over the years.
Well, and I'm looking at these wands, and these wands are just absolutely gorgeous. They're stunning pieces. I'm sure they only take you, 5 minutes to make?
15.
15? Mm-hmm. Oh, I was joking. I thought these would take hours to make. 15 minutes? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Do we have 15 minutes now? Can you just show me how to make it? This is so cool. These are, but these are quality. These are the craftsmanship is beautiful. Do you make every single piece yourself?
Of course, and Ollivander always makes their own wands.
Yes, oh wow, that is so cool. You've been doing this for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You've been matching people up. You've been handing out these wands. That's a tremendous undertaking. I just want to say thank you. Thank you from DragonCon, from people who've gotten their wands. Thank you for coming on tonight, of course, to be able to show us this. Mm-hmm. But thank you for helping. You've been doing so much. I feel you should be supported. Do people try to give you tips, or because you don't charge for these, right?
No, they're always given out freely.
Oh my gosh.
It's labor love. I like doing what I do. It's a different way of experiencing DragonCon outside of, great costume, we're dressing up and people taking your picture and moving on. You get to interact a different way, especially when you get to play off characters.
Sure. Is that what keeps you coming back year after year?
It does, plus to help honor my father's legacy, because my dad was, the small acts of kindness is he wanted, church one day, a guy wanted a tie that my dad had, no questions asked, my dad gave it to him and just says, here. It's just a small token. It didn't matter, so
that's really special.
Yeah.
So if someone wanted to give you a tip or give you some money, how can they do that, or what can they do for you?
I prefer that they make donations to, usually I tell them to DragonCon charity of the year, whatever that is.
So Open Hand Atlanta this year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But any charity would do, of course. You're hoping that they would donate that.
Yeah, they don't just be kind. The small acts of kindness are what we all want to rush in and save the baby from the burning building, but it's the small acts of kindness that add up more quicker to make the world better.
This story is just amazing. I really am heartened to hear everything that you've been doing for the DragonCon community for so many years. I also am just kind of astounded. You say it only takes 15 minutes, but you've been handing out a lot of wands, hundreds of wands a year, I would imagine. How many do you think you've done in the last 10 years? If you had to estimate.
Close to 3,000.
3,000?
Yep.
That's crazy. That's awesome, though. That is absolutely awesome. You know, if we wanted to follow you online, how could we do that?
I have a Facebook page,
Yep.
Garrick Ollivander Jr.,
Yep.
2 R's and 2 L's. A lot of people wind up missing that. And I'm slowly trying to do the Muggle YouTube thing. Yeah, the Wand Maker's Apprentice.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about this YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a Wand Maker's Apprentice where I just will sit and make a wand and kind of talk while I make it and whatnot.
That's
Go a
awesome.
little more into my philosophies and whatnot.
Well, you know, we have a lot of great stuff happening at DragonCon, and I know that you had mentioned that you were thinking you might try to hit up the Yule Ball tonight, maybe?
We'll see. This year was life hit me hard.
Yes,
this year,
yes.
So we'll see. Have to see how things go.
Well, we thank you for joining us. You know, we're going to be closing out the show here, and you know, we have this is really special. We're glad to be able to have you here this year. If y'all haven't checked out your Daily Dragon yet, we talk about this every night. Make sure you check out the Daily Dragon. We have 3 big events happening tonight. The Yule Ball, as we mentioned, they're going to be doing at 9:30 a young adult literature costume showcase. That's pretty cool. And then at 10 o'clock, it's adults only after 10 o'clock there. And then the Temporal Ball, Art Decadences tonight, as is the Doctor Who Ball. Both of those are at 10 p.m. You can check out some costume contest information for each of those as well. Your Daily Dragon's your place to go, as is the DragonCon app. You know, Garrick, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you.
Sorry. Garrick's my dad. I'm Ollie Jr.
Ollie Jr. I apologize. Ollie Jr. Ollie Jr. And, you know, I really appreciate you coming out tonight. Thank you all, DragonCon. We hope you have a great rest of the con. It's still going on all the way till tomorrow. We will see you back for DragonCon update for 2023. Have a great weekend.
You're watching DragonConTV, which is what happens when a con lets fans run a TV station. Hopefully others will learn from their mistake.